Good day everyone, I'm Ivan, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone to today's webinar, Igniting a Coaching Culture to Fuel Organizational Success. I want to introduce our presenter for today, Melissa Severance. Melissa Severance is the owner of Inspire Big Dreams. She is also the founder and host of Disrupt HR Naples. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Ivan. Thanks for the introduction. I'm so excited to talk about a topic that is so important to me as an ICF certified coach, developing a coaching culture. We're going to ignite it today. We're going to help it to fuel your organization's success. And that's what we're all trying to do, lead better, help our organizations grow and scale. And we're going to talk about that today. And one form of it is really that could get you there is coaching. Again, my name's Melissa Severance. I call myself a Chief Dream Officer, and my company is Inspire Big Dreams. So let's get into it. What do we want to really talk about today? We have an hour together. I want to make sure we talk about the importance of coaching, why there's a whole session on it today, and why I'm trying to ignite it for you guys. Introduce what a coaching culture really would look like if all the boxes are checked, and learn about how to develop your coaching style and what coaching style you'll have. And then ways you can ignite your coaching communication. I think we can make small enhancements that really can bring it to the next level. So let's talk about what it is. What is coaching? I have a definition that I found that I really kind of like. Coaching is releasing a person's potential to maximize their own performance. It's helping them to learn rather than teaching, right? We want people to reach their potential. We're not solving problems for them. We're helping them get there. All right, let's keep going. Of course, I want to talk about the importance and why I'm talking about coaching today. And I think it's because of what you get out of it. Coaching fosters profound actions, invaluable learnings, and a transformative growth, and why coaching is important. So I had to throw a couple in there. So the people that do receive coaching, 70% improve their work performance. That's a really big number, 70%, right? We want to make sure it's higher. Another one is we definitely want our people to be engaged. And when companies value coaching and they have it going on, 65% of their employees are highly engaged. So what does a strong coaching culture really look like? So let's go over the criteria for a strong coaching culture. Senior executives and employees value coaching. We need the higher ups to really know and think coaching work. They're probably using it for their executives, and they're training them as well too, and all their leaders. Then the leaders need to spend time during the week coaching. Okay, so today we want to try to ignite our coaching culture, right? We talked about why it's important. We talked about what it really looks like when it's strong, but I want to talk about ways that you can ignite it for you. Figure out your coaching style. And this is, the coaching styles. Now let's continue igniting your coaching to now do coaching communication. We communicate every day in and day out, and we have to be intentional about it. And I think we be intentional with how we do our coaching communication. The first one is asking more questions. So here's a situation where, we can ask all different kind of questions to get different kind of answers. So we talked about asking the right questions, but are we asking open-ended questions? This is an open and closed, comparison. We might never say this. Okay, we're in an interview. We might not say, do you think we should hire you? But maybe you do say something like that that's very closed. And sometimes when we're asking questions, we unfortunately lead. And then we're asking these great questions, but are we listening really to the answer? And then when you're listening, these are two of the things I love to say to get more information, because there's always more. If we say, tell me more, or what else, people are going to keep going on. Knowing your style, practicing styles, practicing asking questions, figuring out your right questions. And I think one way to practice is adding in more coaching moments. And these are some of the ones I like asking in the moment when you're walking down that hall after a meeting or other things along those lines. These are some reflective questions that you can ask like later on too, but if you want to just ask one of them just to start getting a sense of it, and you have to lead by example. And, if you do want to bring it in more broadly, you want to start building to that strong coaching culture that I provided earlier. And then have them, if you do say, hey, I want a coaching culture, we want to make it strong, you're going to have to make managers accountable. Coaching is the art of guiding others to find their own answers. And I'm hoping from what we discussed today, you believe that too. And then I did promise you, I wanted to add some or give you some of my top coaching questions. One of my final slides here is, what do you expect when you bring more coaching in? Hopefully you have some takeaways. Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. It was nice having you here. It's nice talking about this topic. Just do some baby steps and do some of the things that we discussed today and bring some coaching into your team. Exhibit more coaching as a leader. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your
Thank
day.
you. Thank you, Melissa. That concludes the session for today. Thank you everyone for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day ahead. Bye.